Good afternoon to you. And to what extent then has the city been affected by this strike?
Largely, Jeremy. In fact, almost over 200,000 people in the metro here in Cape Town use buses. They rely on buses on a daily basis to commute to work. We are now at the Cape Town taxi rank, where we've seen a hive of activity as well. Earlier on, we were in Khayelitsha Site C, where long queues of commuters were standing there and just waiting for taxis to load them into taxis so they could go and make their way to work. Taxi operators have a lot of pressure in these few days pending the outcome of a meeting that will be held tomorrow between the bargaining council, the passenger road bargaining council, the 5 unions involved and the employers involved in this particular negotiation table. So pending the outcome of that meeting, which will be held tomorrow in Johannesburg at around 10, taxi operators have a lot of work to do on the ground. And in fact, I'm joined by a lady who said to me now that she's making her way to work. She would normally take a bus from here. We're standing outside the Cape Town taxi rank. She'd have to walk to the VNA waterfront where she works. She'd normally take a bus, but now she'll have to walk over 500 meters. Thank you for joining us, and we grabbed you as you were trying to make your way to work. How has the strike impacted you as a commuter?
Sanibonani balaleli, uphiliye ukhulumayo. Inkinga izokuba khona mpela ngoba mina ngiqeda ngo9 ukusebenza. Uma ngiqeda ngo9 ukusebenza bekukhona ibus ebisithatha ewaterfront, but manje kuzofanele kuphoqeke ukuthi sihambe ngeenyawo and njengama lady lady fanele wenze show ukuthi uba safety ngaso sonke isikhathi. Sineyingane, sine family. Mawungekho safety fanele ufike ekhaya, ngeke ungakwazi ukuthi ufike ekhaya ulale emgaqweni. But ke ayikho into esizoyenza, sizowalka nabantu engisebenza nabo until sizosifike la ngikhona.
Ukhulumile nangoba le ndaba yokuba ama-taxi are much more expensive than buses.
Yeah, i-taxi mawuyigibela ebusuku ayibo 15 rand. Ngoba ngihlala eSamora mina ibo 17 rand, and futhi ke kunzima kuthina kanti mawugibela ibhasi is cheaper.
Thank you very much. A commuter there, Jeremy. They are the people bearing the brunt. They are the people negatively impacted by the bus strike. This lady was just saying to me that now she has to walk to work. She would normally use a bus. Like I said, she has to walk over 500 meters to get to her workplace. And another thing is also an issue of safety. She has to leave work at around 9 in the evening. She mentioned the issue of how she as a woman doesn't feel safe walking at that time of the evening, and also the issue of taxis being slightly more expensive than buses.
Athi, there are 2 other consequences which I think we also need to put on the table. One is that many people would simply have been stranded at home today, and as a result of that, that would have a cascading effect on productivity within the workplace.
That's correct, Jeremy. And in fact, employers were urged to just try and understand, the difficulty of their employees trying to make their way to work this morning. Long queues, Jeremy, indicating that indeed services in and around the city where these people work will be slightly affected in terms of production, because the workers were very much delayed this morning. And not just the long queues at the taxi ranks, Jeremy. We're talking about Metro Rail, and we know in the Western Cape in particular, Metro Rail is experiencing a lot of challenges when it comes to its infrastructure. The trains have been vandalized to a point where the central key trains were affected. They recently were brought back to start working, but commuters were still complaining about how late the trains would be. And so that is why commuters would then resort to hopping from using trains and buses now to taxis.